Give everyone a chance to join in. If you are here with us, if you missed last week, this is our second stream. Welcome to Live Drive, a sports betting stream, your home every Sunday morning. For every bet you want to know, every bet you need to know, all 9 1 o'clock games, gonna give the rundowns, gonna give the narratives. Most importantly, anytime touchdown scores, first touchdown scores, we got the goddamn Toy Story stream going on the screen, and we are ready for NFL Sunday. It's gonna be electric in here. Last week was fantastic. This week's gonna be even better. We have all 9 games, all 9 1 o'clock games on the slate. We have a game pick, an anytime touchdown score, and a first touchdown score. And obviously we're gonna run some narratives as well, but giving a second for everyone to join in. Again, welcome to Live Drive, a sports betting stream, your home every Sunday morning. If you're here with us now, I thank you, appreciate you. If anything goes wrong with the stream, it's because the guy's behind the camera. And with that being said, should I give any more time? We good to roll? We good to rip? How we feeling, fellas? Good. Thank you if you're here. Again, we appreciate you. We're just getting started. Second ever stream, Live Drive, every Sunday morning. We're going to rip through all 9 1 o'clock games, sweat all 9 1 o'clock games. It's going to be electric. We'll be here all day. We start every Sunday morning around 11 o'clock Eastern time. And again, with that being said, our first game stepping into the batter's box, Dolphins-Bills. We're taking a trip to Buffalo to start off the day. The game of the day, the game of the weekend, 1 o'clock, Bills-Dolphins. Now the Miami Dolphins are dogs after winning an NFL game by 50 last week. If that's not raising a red flag, I don't know what is. Dolphins, dogs in Buffalo after winning a football game last week by 50 points. But then again, we got to peel it back a little bit. They go toe-to-toe week 1 against the Chargers. Massive games, 100 points pretty much scored. They walk out of LA with a win. The following week, they then are on prime time against New England. And that game, the Patriots found some ways to slow down the Miami Dolphins. It was an interesting game. And then last week, they step out in Miami, home opener. We are all over them. We don't like the Broncos around here. -6.5. We smack home the Dolphins. They win 70-20. Absolutely outrageous. They're definitely feeling themselves right now. And now traveling to Miami as dogs. We ask why. The narrative is Josh Allen's career against the Dolphins, 9-2 overall. That's including playoffs. 34-7 touchdown turnover or interception rate. I mean, obviously a lot of talks going in. Josh Allen, you always got to worry about the turnovers, but when you're staring down the barrel of a ratio of 34 touchdowns to 7 interceptions against the Miami Dolphins, it feels like he knows a thing or two how to go against this defense. And also, last but not least, he is 6-0 at home against Miami. 9-2 overall, 6-0 at home. 34-7. I mean, my God, he is the father of the Miami Dolphins. We have the Toy Story stream going currently. The Falcons just scored. I don't know who. It's going to make it a 17-7 game. Woody's dancing his way all over Andy's room. Absolutely electric as Koo steps out for the extra point. But we have an in-division game. Anything can happen in division. Dolphins coming off 50-point win. Josh Allen, however, is the owner of the Miami Dolphins. And Sean McDermott has been in his basement all week watching film on how the Patriots were able to slow down this Dolphins offense. Obviously, primetime game, also in division, also at home for the Pats. Now the Bills, similar story. Josh Allen owns them. Give me, for the first game pick of the day, the Bills -2.5. We're going to ride with the Bills -2.5. Most importantly, first touchdown. I've taken this 3 times before. It has hit once. And today will be the 4th time. Hopefully we can go 500. I'm rolling with Josh Allen, first touchdown, to make a play on his feet, to get the Bills on the board first, set the tone for the game. Bills Mafia is going to be buzzing. I mean, the Bills defense has looked pretty good as of late. Obviously, massive turnover battle last week against the Commanders. They picked off, I think, Sam Howell 4 times. Absolutely unreal. They're up at one point, I think, 37-0. We're rolling with the Bills, -2.5. Josh Allen to get it done on his feet for the first touchdown of the game. And one of my favorite anytime touchdown scorers of the day. It is a man. We love it when a man hasn't gotten in the end zone, who's used to getting in the end zone yet this season. And that is Jaylen Waddle for an anytime touchdown in Buffalo. He has yet to get in. We love that narrative. We have a couple more gentlemen today that we love who haven't yet get in the end zone yet this year. It's week 4. Jaylen Waddle. I can see the penguin dance now all across Buffalo. We have the Bills minus 2.5. The game's going to have a shit ton of points, and that's why we're riding Waddle for an anytime touchdown. We don't mind that, even though we have the Bills. And we have Josh Allen to put Buffalo on the board first. That's going to be game 1. Obviously, a quick recap. Josh Allen owns the Dolphins. Is that narrative going to change today? Obviously, Tua is now favorited for the MVP. We are 3 weeks in, and we are going to roll to our game number 2, Ravens-Browns. Going to keep the trend rolling with in-division games. Again, if you're here, if you're joining us, we appreciate you. Our first game of the day, we have Bills minus 2.5. Jaylen Waddle, anytime touchdown. He can be doing the penguin dance all across the end zone. We can see it now in Buffalo. And Josh Allen to bruise one in, maybe a design run, maybe the pocket collapses. Josh Allen to get the first touchdown in Buffalo. Now, game number 2, Ravens-Browns. Now, I have the Browns winning this game just to jump out in front. In Jim Schwartz, we trust. He has the Browns defense absolutely buzzing. One of the best defenses Jim Schwartz has ever had, and he's won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. The Browns have a top 3 defense currently. They stand up there with the Niners, a couple other teams, the Cowboys. Myles Garrett is playing like a freak show currently. In division, obviously, like we said, the narrative is anything can happen in division. We are going to take the Ravens plus the 3. We're going to roll Ravens plus the 3, giving you the points for the Ravens. We have the Browns, however, winning that game. I feel like this is going to be a low-scoring game, a game that is a battle till the end in Cleveland, classic Cleveland style, Ravens and Baltimore. This is a coin flip game. This isn't one of my favorite picks of the day. If it was up to me, I would stay away from this game. I love the Bills. Bills money line, throw it in the parlay. We have it. Bills minus 2.5. Sure, we're at home in division. It's time for a reality check against the Dolphins. For this in division game, however, Jim Schwartz has the defense absolutely buzzing in Cleveland. But then on the flip side, Lamar as an underdog is one of the best goddamn quarterbacks in the league. And Harbaugh, when he's a dog, is also one of the best head coaches in the league. Statistically, analytically, and in division, going against the Browns, Jim Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, obviously they're coming off a shaky loss in overtime last week, looking to bounce back. Browns, they're keeping the momentum rolling. Defense, like I said, is buzzing. Myles Garrett, they rolled Tennessee last week at home. Tennessee's looking sorry. We have the Browns to win. I am going to take, I know, absolutely wild narrative. Like I said, this is a goddamn coin flip. I think this game is decided by 3 points. It would be very lovely if we can get both of these. We're rolling with the Browns money line. We have the Browns winning at home in division. However, we are going to take the points. If you even buy a half, 3 points, 3.5 points. Baltimore, like I said, Lamar when he's a dog is a dog. Harbaugh when he's a dog is a dog. One of the best head coaches, one of the best quarterbacks statistically in the league when being an underdog. First touchdown. I may have changed this last second. But for the first touchdown in Cleveland, we're going to roll with another quarterback. We're going to roll with Deshaun Watson. I know he's injured. We're going to hopefully get a play. Obviously, that shoulder's hurt. We're going to roll Deshaun Watson first touchdown. This may have been changed. I think early in the week I was kind of rolling on the other side of the ball with Lamar Jackson first touchdown. This is a frisky first touchdown. Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson first touchdown. Our anytime touchdown for the game. I am going to double check on this one because this is frisky in Cleveland. We are rolling with the Browns to win. This is a coin flip in division. We are checking 1 sec on a 10-4. We're going to roll. This was locked in, but we were just checking the status, making sure this man is good to go. We are going to roll with Mark Andrews anytime touchdown. I am double checking. He is healthy. He is good to go in division. Mark Andrews is the anytime touchdown in Cleveland. We have the Ravens +3. We have Mark Andrews anytime touchdown in Cleveland. First touchdown, Deshaun Watson, as we're continuing the game midfield for the Jaguars in Andy's room. Absolutely electric. We're 2 games in. We have 2 good narratives. The second game, I'm a little bit more shaky about than the first game. We're rolling with the Dolphins to win. The Browns to win. However, on the flip, we're going with the Ravens +3. I think it's a low-scoring game decided by 3 or less points. With that being said, we roll on to game number 3. We are going to take our bags and take a trip to Houston. We're going Steelers-Texans. Feels like a back-to-back games we're covering here that feel like a coin flip. Absolute coin flip. Texans are rolling off a massive win in Jacksonville. Defense looked like it was buzzing. Obviously, C.J. Stroud's looking like the dog. Him and Bijan Robinson appearing to be, the front runners early on in the season for offensive rookies of the year. Steelers are coming off a primetime game in Vegas where they also win. So we have the Steelers, Tomlin rolling into Texans. I am going to roll. I want to say Texans. Texans are coming off a massive win in Jacksonville. Steelers coming off the primetime win in Vegas. I want to say Steelers so bad, but you never know what you're going to get out of these rookie quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud 1 week looks like he's legit. Week 1, not so much. Week 2, he's going back and forth. Last week looked electric. Our boy Tank Dell, the Texans have a lot of mid-round guys that they got in the 4th, 5th round in the draft that are playmakers, deep ball threats. Robert Woods is looking good. Tank Dell, Nico Collins. I am going to roll with the Steelers -3 because I am going to roll with the defensive side of the ball here. Najee Harris has to show me something. Kenny Pickett looked like he turned it around a little bit in that second half of the Vegas game. Obviously, kind of a fluke win. McDaniels decides to kick a field goal in Vegas instead of going for it on 4th down. I am going to roll with the Pittsburgh Steelers -3 in Houston. I feel more comfortable with that pick. I'm putting my faith and trust in Mike Tomlin. It feels comfortable. Like I said, it's going to be a give and take, bouncing back and forth both ends for C.J. Stroud. I feel comfortable with the Steelers -3. They're not in the money line parlay for the main event of the weekend of the Sunday, our 6-leg parlay that hit last week. We are obviously running it back for week 4 and every goddamn week of the NFL season. That will be at the end of the stream. 6-leg parlay. But for game number 3, Texans, Steelers, give me Steelers -3. Our anytime touchdown score, we are going to roll with C.J. Stroud. We're going to roll. I know quarterbacks seem like a trend right now. C.J. Stroud, anytime touchdown. First touchdown, we're rolling Pat Freiermuth. Freiermuth got it done last week to get in the end zone. Kenny Pickett, hopefully he can find him. Obviously, George Pickens is also a good target. Najee Harris has yet to get in the end zone this year. That's another guy to keep an eye on. First touchdown, Pat Freiermuth. First touchdown, Pat Freiermuth. Anytime touchdown, C.J. Stroud gets it done with his feet. I don't love the game. I feel comfortable with Steelers -3. Next game. This is one that we can really dig into more. Absolutely love this game. Vikings-Panthers. Vikings-Panthers. We are going to roll with the Vikings -4. They have the passing leader of the NFL. They have the receiving leader of the NFL. The offense has been buzzing. They need to obviously find some answers on the defensive side of the ball, but it feels like this 0-3 has been fluky. They are taking a trip to Carolina, where Bryce Young is stepping back under center. Obviously, Andy Dalton, he slung last week in Seattle. Seattle obviously has a shaky secondary as well, but Andy Dalton, the vet, steps under center. He was feeding the ball to Adam Thielen. He had 58 pass attempts, which is one of the most outrageous stats I think I've ever seen, especially coming out of the Red Rocket. We are going to roll Vikings -4 points. Bryce Young, I'm pretty sure I saw a statistic. Bryce Young looks like a high school quarterback. He's completing on 23% of his passes, I'm pretty sure, which is absolutely unreal. Bryce Young, we're fading back-to-back games, the rookie quarterbacks, both at homes, both going against teams that are kind of the Vikings need this momentum or the goddamn season's over. I feel very comfortable. I feel very comfortable with the Vikings winning this game, the Vikings covering that -4. I have 2 anytime touchdown scores for this game. Along with Jalen Waddle from our first game, our second guy that we're absolutely loving that we can honestly, I'm pretty sure we can parlay, but moral of the story, coming in at number 2, a gentleman who has also not yet get in the end zone. This wasn't on the list. Alexander Mattison. Alexander Mattison is the anytime touchdown scorer in Carolina. That was a last-second ad. He has yet to get in the end zone this year. We are riding Alexander Mattison. It feels like a day in Carolina that Alexander Mattison gets in the end zone. However, our second anytime touchdown scorer is Adam Thielen. The narrative of this game, we already saw it in London. The narrative of this game is Adam Thielen is going against the Minnesota Vikings. Lock in an anytime touchdown scorer for Adam Thielen, the revenge tutty at home. Hopefully Bryce Young can stay off of his back this game. Obviously, the secondary for the Vikings has struggled. Give me the vet and Adam Thielen going against his former team in Minnesota. We saw Calvin Ridley already score this morning in London. The script is there against his former team in the Falcons. We now have Adam Thielen scoring a touchdown in Carolina today against his former team in the Minnesota Vikings. I hope you're sticking with us. I hope you're enjoying yourself. So far, to recap our first 4 games, we have the Bills -2.5. We're rolling with the Ravens +3, but we like the Browns to win at home. We're going to roll with Mike Tomlin and the boys in Houston -3. Feel comfortable there. We're going to fade back-to-back games, the rookie quarterbacks. We are going with the Vikings -4 in Carolina. Bryce Young steps back under center. The 0-3 feels fluky for the Vikings. They could have beaten the Bucs. They could have won last week. Kirk Cousins gets intercepted at the goal line to beat the Chargers. Kirk Cousins leading the league in passing. Justin Jefferson's leading the league in receiving. And my God, Bryce Young, who looks like a high school quarterback, is stepping under center for the goddamn Carolina Panthers. We are rolling on the next game. Rams, Colts. I'm going to jump out in front of this one. Give me the Rams money line. I'm taking the Rams money line. Anthony Richardson is stepping back under center after being in the concussion protocol last week. If Matthew Stafford loses a game today to Anthony Richardson, who is, struggling with it upstairs, he might as well hang it up. Show me a little Puka Nacua action. Continue to feed Tutu Atwell. Cameron Williams is looking like a dog